Your brain right now is sabotaging you. That may sound harsh, but it's true. You think you're in control of your day, your habits, your results. But the shocking truth is 95% of your daily actions are unconscious. They autopilot programs written by years of repetition, fear, and environment. Which means if you're not where you want to be, if you don't have the success you crave, it's not because you're weak. It's because your autopilot settings are broken. The good news, you can reprogram them. You can literally rewire your brain for automatic success. When I first heard that, I didn't believe it. I thought success was about grinding harder, chasing motivation, forcing myself into discipline every day. But then I studied neuroscience. I studied elite athletes, entrepreneurs, creatives, and I realized the smartest ones don't fight their brain daily. They train their brain until success becomes default. They don't push through walls, they change where the walls even are. Here's how it works. Your brain is made of billions of neurons, linked by pathways. Each time you do something, wake up and scroll your phone, eat junk food, procrastinate, a connection strengthens. Neurons that fire together wire together. Over time, those circuits run automatically. That your bad habit, docent, even feel like a choice-it essay program. The same is true for good habits. When you repeat reading, exercise, execution, the map strengthens. That's neuroplasticity, the brain's power to rewire itself through repetition. So if you accept that, then automatic success isn't magic. It's programming. The question becomes, how do you rewire? Step 1, you must identify your old code. Most people try to overlay positive affirmations on top of rotten beliefs. They say, I'm confident. While their brain still runs, I'm worthless. It doesn't stick. So start with awareness. Journal your limiting scripts. Catch your daily autopilot phrases. I can't. I suck. I'll start tomorrow. Awareness turns signals conscious. That's the crack in the armor. Step 2, feed your brain the new code. Done emotionally, physically, repetitively. Not once, not when you feel like it daily, until neurons actually rewire. Take visualization. Studies show the brain fires the same circuits when vividly imagining success as when executing it. Olympic skiers visualize each run. Michael Phelps visualized every stroke. They built automatic pathways so race day wasn't thinking it was recalling. For you, visualize the future self daily. See it, feel it, run the simulation until it becomes memory. But visualization isn't enough. Step 3, design your environment to trigger success on autopilot. Willpower fails if your environment is toxic. If your phone is buzzing with notifications, your autopilot will check it. If your kitchen is filled with junk, you'll eat it. High performers don't rely on pure discipline, they build architecture. They hide distractions, stack cues, make positive habits frictionless. Want to read? Put book on pillow. Want to drink water? Fill bottles ahead. That's brain programming, shaping environments so autopilot helps instead of hurts. Step 4, repetition. Your brain doesn't rewire from intention. It rewires from cycles. Habits repeat long enough. Circuits get insulated with myelin. Think faster, stronger signals. That's why playing piano gets easier. Why daily workouts stop feeling like punishment. Repetition literally remodels your brain's highways. So success must be daily micro habits, not grand gestures, consistent rewiring chunks. Step 5, shift from outcome goals to identity goals. If you say, I want to lose 20 pounds, autopilot resists because it sees an external number. If you say, I am the kind of person who doesn't skip workouts, identity takes root. Psychologists show identity-based habits stick because humans act consistent with who they believe they are. Rich minds don't set earn more, they set I am an investor, I am a builder. Then autopilot finds ways to reinforce. You must train identity into your code. Another secret, wiring feedback loops. Your brain loves dopamine. If every time you try a new action, you feel only frustration, circuits won't lock. But if you reward the process, checklist streaks, small celebrations, journaling pride, dopamine binds the habit. That's why apps use streaks. They exploit your circuit needs. You can hijack the same system personally. Give your brain micro rewards for each successful repeat. My first 90 days of brain programming looked silly. One kept a Wall Street chart. Every time I read 10 pages, +1 mark. Every time I worked out, +1. First month, it looked childish. Third month, autopilot took over. I didn't want to break the streak. Behavior created identity. Identity created behavior. Cycle tightened. What started clunky became effortless sand. I didn't even need willpower anymore. That is automatic success. But let's be clear, reprogramming isn't painless. Your brain resists new code. It craves old loops because safety lives there. At week 2 or 3, most people quit because it feels harder than before. But science shows that's when rewiring is beginning. Those old circuits are literally breaking while the new ones are fragile. Push through, you cement new highways. Quit, and the old ones dominate again. So where do most fail? They try once, feel friction, retreat. They call it not me or too hard. In reality, it was like opening new software, but quitting during installation. The program never finished. Success requires patience long enough for circuits to rewire beneath another lever, language. Your words sculpt neural pathways. Say, I can't afford this, versus how can I afford this? Same dollars, different brain loops. One closes options. One forces possibility. Poor minds speak limitation daily. Rich minds speak strategy. Repeat language daily. Autopilot circuits rewire? Absolutely. That's how belief builds from words. Look at Navy SEAL training. Candidates are pushed beyond exhaustion. Most break not from body, but mind. The instructors reprogram circuits by reframing. You only have to make it to the next meal, not 3 weeks left. That breakdown reframes autopilot. It sculpts loops of resilience. Same body, different programming. That's why SEALs endure while stronger rookies fold, or take entrepreneurs. Most who succeed didn't just have better ideas. They conditioned autopilot to risk again after failure, to interpret no as feedback, to lock action regardless of doubt. They made persistence automatic. Failure never stopped them, not because they re-boulder innately, but because autopilot was recoded through repetition and environment. See the principle? None of this is magic. It's wiring, your whole personality, your confidence, your discipline, your risk tolerances. Just electrical loops shaped by past repetition, which means you can reshape them. Add intense repetition tied to vivid visualization, aligned identity, rewarded feedback. Supportive environment and autopilot starts running toward success instead of away. 2 years after beginning my brain program, I realized I didn't even recognize the old me. Waking early was natural. Reading was joy, not chore. Pitching and creating, once terrifying, became default. People said, "You're disciplined." No, I was reprogrammed. Brain autopilot carried the grind. My conscious mind was freed for creation. That's the real game. So how do you reprogram your brain for automatic success? First, strip the myth that habits are preference, they're code. Identify the old code that sabotages you. Replace with new patterns repeated long enough to take root. Align identity so autopilot works for pride, not against it. Shape your environment to make the right thing easy. Flood the process with feedback and dopamine, and give it time, weeks to months. Let neuroplasticity remake you. Automatic success isn't born, it's coded. Elon Musk, Michael Jordan, Oprah, they weren't aliens. They trained circuits of vision, identity, resilience, iteration until autopilot aligned with greatness. So ask yourself tonight, is your autopilot running, sabotage, or success? If it's the wrong program, rewrite it. Your brain is plastic until death. Programming is choice. And when you commit, weeks later, you'll notice the shift. Months later, you'll laugh at your old defaults. Years later, people will call you automatic. But you'll know the truth. Automatic success is never accident. It's simply reprogramming.